That's actually kind of likely to happen. I think if you drop the Senna, you're in a little bit of trouble, but instead it's going to be the Olaf, and that will be locked in just to make sure that Zeus can once again get that matchup towards the top side of the map.
Yeah, because
Veigar?
He was doing well in the top matchups. They want to secure that. I don't like the Veigar, because I think Veigar is a good pick into Azir. Do you know what it's not a good pick into?
Olaf. Yeah. I was just thinking, I'm like, why would you pivot to that? Of all things. Because Rel's really good. So that is what KT are going to do. This is a different story, right? Duro, very new support here in the LCK, playing for BNK yesterday. This is Beryl, who was probably one of our best Alistairs in a really long time, in 2019, which was a really long time ago. They are trying to hide it for as long as possible. As you can see here, Zeus just getting sliced on, and Deft is standing on a ward. I think he thinks that he's being tricky and getting stuff done.
This is the danger, though, because I think swapper for KT is good, and I think it's big that Zeus wasn't aware, so it takes longer for him to do this. But Olaf is one of the most annoying champions to have invade your jungle level 1.
Ooh, now he's sort of realizing that he's going to have to get out of here. All right, we do have the back completed. Deft and Beryl sort of tied down right now. Ward goes in. Pureshik going to be spotted as there is the smite. Oner going to be able to secure it. Yeah, working out so far. You can see Bdd doing exactly what he did in the first couple of games. And of course, we're starting to see some of the value, as even though they haven't necessarily been paired up all that often, it's been extraordinarily valuable in both of these games. As there we go, Pureshik going to be able to lock it down.
But it's also Zeus without TP, so actually, sorry, it's a 4v4 still, and KT feeling confident on that. It's perfect level 6.
Yep, Bdd also had control of the mid wave, so able to get here first. Oh, the steal! That was pretty sexy. T1, I think, can possibly even just move away from this, but you can see Carrier looking aggressive. That's a flash out from Beryl. Mum does a lot of damage to T1. But it is going to be just these two grubs that are going to be taken away. Another one? Gumayushi perhaps? No, not going to happen this time. As, yeah, Perfect just going to walk up and stun the Varus.
That's a crocodile.
Yeah, he's pretty scary. He does have Dominus up and available. Gumayushi, of course, Perfect will be able to just press Dominus and try to weather the storm. But this is... yeah, this is real dangerous. I see what you did there. The ultimate has been precast, but there it is. I just don't know what he's going to be able to do here. He goes and has a nap, and that is going to be first blood going over to Oner. And meanwhile, underneath the turret here, Ragnarok has been popped, and Pureshik has to flash. Deft not quite able to grab it quickly enough, but still going to be able to lock down the kill. So both top laners, there is some killing some camps to take down. The Ragnarok, like you were talking about, still up and available. Let's see whether this can work in a 3v2, as there is the Ragnarok coming down. Bowling ball avoided, as Beryl is just dead. That's the watch out eat from Oner, as he is going to get pushed back there momentarily. Yeah, it looks like this one's not going to be something that they can actually fight for. We'll have a look at what soul it is going to be. Mountain Soul to come in. Like, this is a lot of Baron damage here from T1. They would like to go for it. Nice Pulverize going to connect, but Carrier just crashes down out of the way of it, allowing Zeus to run amok, or allowing Deft to find that big ulti. As Flash has to come out here as the Dominus has been popped. Perfect. Going down so incredibly low. Teleports coming in from everyone as Oner kind of creep blocked, and that is going to be somehow Bdd picking up that kill.
Lane. But they just don't quite kill him quick enough. You see immediately, they see Perfect out of position. They're like, let's go, let's make this happen. Zeus is the one who ults, so obviously Perfect's not going to burn his stun on him. And this stun at the end on Oner, that little extra bit makes all the difference, and then Oner gets slowed, gets creep blocked, and now
Faker is just dead. Okay, Bdd going to flap away from the wall, and you can see that little grin on Bdd's face.
He is going to be a problem, and has continued to be throughout the series, even the game they lost.
Oh, unfortunately caught backing there a little bit. Did have vision, but it was just not enough. And the pincer maneuver, very, powerful in the past.
2-2-3 stacks, by the way, for Bdd, and that's 2-2-5. He's got the burn now. That's exactly what you want coming into a dragon fight.
Whoa, Mom gets angry, and that is set up by a make it rain.
Yeah.
Speaking of objectives, T1, they're just going to run over towards this Baron, and the Dragon will be taken, but can there be any responses? Beryl just dives in there. All right, maybe that's the response. It's perfect, just pokes his head in and then hops out again immediately.
Oh, not quite, actually. So.
Oh, doesn't actually have it built up. Man, been
Beryl
sitting on those
no
components
wards,
for a while.
So they will get vision with the Make It Rain. Beryl actually has no wards and isn't able to recall.
All right, he's going to have to flash to get himself out of the way. This one eats some honey fruit. Shattering Strike does not land, but Oner will be able to put him to sleep. Throws down the ulti, but had no health to back it up, and is still just able to walk it off. Never mind.
Yeah, he just lives, I guess.
Those hooves were made for walking. As now Pyoshik looking for a bit of an angle. T1, I think they found it though, as Chains of Corruption going to have to be flashed.
Okay, but Death can get vision with Make It Rain. That's all they have right now. They're just going to have to go for it.
Yeah, they're going to have to try and find an angle here. As the Magnet Storm looking to try and keep them out of the pit. And Pyoshik still gets in, but it's not going to be good enough. Look at this AoE damage, is gigantic. But T1 are still just going to be able to get out of there.
Right, they got the Baron. You can't complain about that. But it's on the knife's edge. And you look at this situation, it's a great ult for Carrier to keep Pyoshik out the pit. Gets in too late. But he just gets deleted. And the rest of the team, I was thinking like BDD, imagine if he flashed to Q someone, if he was just in range.
As T1, they've started up the Dragon. Vision now given over to KT. As teleport to come in. Let's see what can happen here as the Dragon does fly by, but it's just a little bit of damage onto Oner. They get the edge. Pyoshik, they do manage to avoid the Chains of Corruption largely, but in goes Oner, he goes golden. Can they find the sleeps they're looking for? The flash out from Bdd, but he's still gonna get taken down. And this is like what you were talking about, Orcs. Unfortunately, sometimes the little Dragon just goes pop, and T1, they are just crushing KT with their wallets now. It's a little bit anticlimactic, but that is the way T1 are going to do it as they look to try and bring us to the next game with match point in hand. That's going to be the clean ace. And T1, I think, just marching up the mid lane.
BDD, he's got a QSS in his inventory, just bought it now, but it's too late. Ends up getting CC'd, ends up going down, and that Smolder, who felt like such a threat, goes down with a whimper. T1, the incremental advantage is apparently we're enough to win them this game.
They're going to make a little bit more proactive play there on the side of KT. I was praising them for their patience, but sometimes it's too much.
일단 먹을게, 일단 먹어. 천천히.
볼만해? 좋아.
할만해.
나 오른쪽 줄게. 설정 안 보면 해볼게.
천천히.
아무나 잘 걸었어. 나 들어온 중.
오케이.
네네네네네네. 할리가 나 마크 중이야.
아래, 스몰더. 스몰더 볼게.
자자, 뒤에 나 딜러스.
스몰더 잡아봐. 스몰더 잡았어.
레넥 잡았어.
위로.
비포. 미드라인. 미드라인 들어갈게. 텔 찍어줘야 돼. 오케이. 나 막아줘요.
내가 쫓아갈게, 이거. 밀면 될 듯?
찾았다. 까봐봐. 나이스.